You're standing in a store. You see a jacket. Price tag says $150, crossed out. Next to it, $79. Your brain lights up. That's a deal. You grab it. You feel smart. You feel like you won something. But here's the truth. You didn't win anything. Your brain got hacked. Before you even touched that jacket, a number was planted in your head, and that number decided how you'd feel about every other number after it. This isn't about that jacket. This is about every price you've ever seen. Every salary you've ever negotiated. Every original price that made a sale look real. Your brain doesn't judge value on its own. It judges value against the first number it sees. And once you see how this works, you'll never look at a price tag the same way again. Let's call this thing by its real name. It's called anchoring. Simple version. The first number you hear becomes a reference point. Your brain locks onto it. Every number that comes after gets compared to that first one, not judged on its own. Compared to. Doesn't matter if the first number makes sense. Doesn't matter if it's fair. Doesn't matter if it's even real. Your brain still uses it as the starting point. Think about it like dropping an anchor from a boat. Once that anchor hits the bottom, the boat can only drift so far. It's tied down. Your judgment works the same way. Once a number drops into your head, your thinking gets tied to it. You can drift a little, but you can't fully escape it. This sounds small, a pricing trick, a sales gimmick, but it goes so much deeper than shopping. It shapes how you negotiate your salary, how you value your time, how you decide what's normal in almost every part of your life. In the 1970s, two researchers wanted to test this. Their names were Amos Tversky and Kahneman. They set up a simple wheel, numbers from 0 to 100. But the wheel was rigged. It only ever landed on two numbers, 10 or 65. They spun the wheel in front of people, then asked a totally unrelated question. What percentage of countries in the United Nations are African nations? Here's the strange part. People who saw the wheel land on 10 guessed low, around 25%. People who saw it land on 65 guessed high, around 45%. The wheel had nothing to do with Africa, nothing to do with the United Nations. It was random, meaningless, but it still changed people's answers. Just seeing a number, any number, shifted how people thought. That's the power of an anchor. It doesn't need to be relevant, it just needs to be first. Now let's bring this back to your everyday life. Because stores figured this out a long time ago. That crossed out price on the jacket? That's not really about telling you the old price. That's an anchor. It's planting a number in your head before you even think about what the jacket is worth to you. Once that anchor is set, $79 doesn't get judged on its own. It gets judged against $150. And compared to $150, $79 feels like a steal, even if the jacket was never actually $150. Even if nobody ever paid that price. Retailers know this. That's why so many original prices on sale tags are inflated. Not always, but often enough that regulators in some countries have started cracking down on fake discounts. You're not being paranoid if you felt this. You're just noticing something that was designed to be invisible. Real estate works the exact same way, and this one's even sneakier. Imagine two houses, identical, same street, same size, same condition. One gets listed at $420,000, the other gets listed at $460,000. Buyers walk into the second house already anchored high. Even if they negotiate down, they'll likely land closer to that higher number. Their whole sense of fair got shifted before they even opened the front door. Real estate agents have actually been studied on this. In experiments, agents who saw a higher listing price gave higher value estimates for the exact same property. Even trained professionals who deal with pricing every day weren't immune. They anchored too. If experts can't fully escape it, you shouldn't feel bad that you can't either. This isn't about being smart or dumb. It's about how the brain is wired to process numbers. Here's where it gets personal. Negotiation. Whoever says the first number usually wins. Not because that number is fair, but because it becomes the anchor everyone else has to work around. Say you're negotiating your salary. If you throw out a number first, even a bold one, the entire conversation now orbits around your number. The employer might push back, but they're pushing back from your starting point, not some neutral middle ground. If they say the number first, the reverse happens to you. Their number becomes the anchor. You end up negotiating up from their offer, not down from what you actually deserve. This is why so much negotiation advice boils down to one idea. Don't be afraid to go first, not because your number is magic, but because whoever sets the anchor sets the whole playing field. Restaurants use this trick in a really clever way. Look at a menu sometime. Really look at it. There's usually one item that's way more expensive than everything else. A $95 steak, a lobster platter for $110. Most people never order it. That's not a mistake. That item isn't there to be sold. It's there to be an anchor. Once your eyes land on $95, suddenly the $32 pasta doesn't feel expensive anymore. It feels reasonable, even cheap. Without that $95 item on the menu, you might have looked at that same $32 pasta and thought, that's kind of pricey, but context changed. The anchor shifted your sense of normal. You didn't decide the pasta was a fair price. The menu decided that for you, and you never even noticed it happening. Now here's the part that should genuinely surprise you. Anchors don't even need to make sense to work. In one well-known study, researchers asked people to write down the last 2 digits of their social security number, then asked them to bid on random items, like wine or a keyboard. People with higher 2-digit numbers bid more. People with lower 2-digit numbers bid less. Their social security digits had absolutely nothing to do with the value of wine, nothing to do with keyboards, but the number still anchored their sense of what to pay. Let that sink in for a second. A completely random, unrelated number changed how much money people were willing to spend, not because it made logical sense, just because it was a number they'd recently seen. Your brain isn't calculating value from scratch every time. It's leaning on whatever number is sitting closest in memory. So why does your brain work this way? It's not broken, it's actually trying to save energy. Calculating true value from zero, every single time, for every single decision, would be exhausting. So your brain takes a shortcut. It grabs the nearest number and uses it as a starting point, then adjusts a little from there. The problem is, that adjustment is usually too small. Researchers call this anchoring an insufficient adjustment. You move away from the anchor, but not far enough. The anchor keeps pulling you back, like gravity. This shortcut worked fine for most of human history. Fewer prices, fewer decisions, less noise. But now you're bombarded with numbers all day. Every app, every ad, every storefront is throwing anchors at you on purpose. And your ancient shortcut wasn't built for that kind of pressure. Look at your life today. Anchors are everywhere, and most of them were placed on purpose. Black Friday sales scream was $999. Now $499. Online shopping carts show a slashed-out shipping fee, so the smaller fee feels like a gift. Subscription services show you the yearly plan first, so the monthly plan feels cheap by comparison, even when it costs more over time. Even outside of shopping, this shows up. Salary ranges posted in job listings anchor what you think you're worth before you even apply. First offers in any negotiation, a car, a freelance job, a business deal, quietly set the boundaries of what feels reasonable. None of this makes you gullible. It makes you human. Every single person's brain works this way. The people who fall for it the least aren't the ones with more willpower. They're the ones who know the trick exists. So what do you actually do with this? First, notice the anchor. Before reacting to a price, ask yourself, is this number relevant to what I actually need, or is it just the first one I saw? Second, bring your own anchor. In negotiations, when it's safe to do so, try going first. Research shows the first reasonable number often shapes the outcome more than people expect. Third, judge value independently. Before comparing a price to another price, ask what the thing is actually worth to you, not what it's being compared against. None of this makes you immune. Anchoring is baked into how the human brain works, but awareness shifts the odds back in your favor. You go from being pulled by the anchor to noticing the rope. So go back to that jacket, $150, crossed out, $79 next to it. You're not standing in front of a jacket anymore. You're standing in front of a number, planted there on purpose, waiting to shape your next decision before you even realize a decision is being made. Every price you see today, every offer, every original value, carries an anchor inside it. Some are honest. Some are designed to move you exactly where someone else wants you to land. You can't turn this feature off. It's part of being human, but now you know it's there. And the next time a number tries to set the boundaries of what feels normal, fair, or like a deal, you'll pause. You'll ask where that number actually came from. That pause? That's the whole game. That's the difference between being anchored and knowing you are.